Yeah, gentlemen, I well done.
Yeah.
Hello, good evening, my people. Ndewelo, happy Christmas in arrears and happy New Year in advance. Ndombere, ndoazo. Egbe bere, ugo bere. Nke si ibe ya ebele. Ayasidi ya nwa, ayasidi nkukwa ya kama yogosi ni ebe oge ebe. Asụ onye rie, onye bụla ọnụ. Ofu obi, ịhụnanya, ịdị n'otu, ọ bụ ihe anyị ji aga n'obodo. Ya ka anyị ji sị na anyị ga-eji biri n'ala Igbo, ala Biafra. Anyị na-asụ ụmụ Biafra niile, ụmụ Igbo niile, ndewelo. Afọ 2018, ọ fọrọ nwa obere, anyị asị ya jee nke ọma. Ka anyị na-asịkwa ya jee nke ọma, anyị ga-asị nke 2019, Ilotago, be with us. We are here this evening, as usual, from the stations of the Voice of Biafra International and the Biafra Broadcasting Authority, City of Munich, Germany. We are broadcasting to you live and direct. Right now with me in the studio, joining from Japan, of course, is Echezena Udeze. Echezena, good morning in Japan, good evening in Biafra land, and good evening in Western Europe. You are welcome to our program. Say hello to our people. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, my brother. Hello, my fellow Biafrans all over the world. I wish you happy Christmas and New Year in advance. Thank you for listening as we take over control of our land, as we discuss about our freedom today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much. I must say that our people so much appreciate your contributions in this our struggle. They know very, very well how you always stay awake early in the mornings when you are supposed to be enjoying your sleep with your family, but you keep awake because you want to discuss with our people to find the way out of the wood. We thank you 1,000 times. I am Ikenna Obibiagono. Today I am in the studio to discuss with you on some issues concerning our people. You know, over the years, we have been in this particular struggle. There are some people who keep on saying, oh, we have taken time. Why is it that up till now, Biafra has not been realized? We have to tell such people that Biafra already is with us. There is already a Biafran internal government functioning. Those who are in doubt should visit the Biafra seat of power at Owerri and see things for themselves. Besides, a lot of international communities, have given us that particular recognition, and distinctively and differently, they are pressurizing the United Nations to accord Biafra that recognition as a state with its full status to function within the committee of other nations. So we say to God be the glory that we have come a long way. After all the struggles, after all the long years of being in the labyrinth, passing through the wood, standing sometimes between the devil and the gypsy, what people call Skyline and Charities. Despite all these things, we have surmounted all the obstacles, and today, proudly, we have to say, we are virtually in Biafra land. All we need now is a concerted effort. Come together, make a final push, and we are there. However, when we talk of making a final push, we don't mean going into the battlefield or confronting any known or unknown enemy. No. We don't want a situation where our people would be subjected to civil conflict. We want a situation where we are going to reach the promised land of Biafra with all our people alive. Because if only the leaders reach Biafra land, who then are they going to govern? So, on the strength of this, we are advocating a situation where we want a peaceful resolution or balkanization of the Nigerian Federation, and then we are in Biafra land. This is why we always advise our people who are always into social media altercations to desist henceforth, because such things do not pay us. There are other things equally we need to inform our people. Freedom is not all about noise making. We must be honest to ourselves. Freedom is not about noise making or shouting on social media or abusing people. Freedom has nothing to do with road march and what have you. Trying to demonstrate from one city to another, year in, year out. This is not about freedom. The more you do this, the more the international community hold you to ridicule. They laugh at you, hold you in contempt and disdain. Freedom is something you have to sit back to know the modalities. What and what are you going to put in place to put pressure on the country already you are existing in? And then to bring such things to the attention of the international community, mobilize their forces and resources and convince them on the need to grant you your own autonomous republic. These are things we have to do, involving ourselves in diplomacy, reaching out to various countries of the world, discussing businesses and other things you can think of. When we do all this, now we convince the international community that we know what we are doing. But when we have not done all this, year in, year out, we continue to yell on social media, on radio and television. Such things don't help us at all. We must be calculative. We must use our brain from time to time to know what we want. And again, we have always advised our people, the more you abuse your fellow Biafran, your fellow Igbo on social media or any other place and anywhere, the more you abuse them, the more you ridicule this our struggle, the more you bring us into disrepute. When you pick up a pen or whatever, or use their fingers to type whatever rubbish you like and post on social media, what signal, what impression are you creating before those who are watching us? The problem we have always is that some groups gather non-entities to themselves. Those they can always convince at any given moment. They always get people who are thoughtless, those who don't reason, those whose being is even worse than that of animal. So when they gather them, they feel these are people that can always control or command. No, you don't use such people to achieve your means. At the end of the day, you dump them. We want eggheads. We want to involve those who can reason, who can discuss in terms of equality with other members of the international community. When we do all this, we convince them to the justice of our cause. This is what we want. So let us stop deceiving ourselves. Look at, over the years, a lot of groups, have emerged. At the end of it all, each one claimed the superiority over the other. And today is 2019. 2018 ending. How far have they gone? Let them come out now and give us the achievements. We don't talk of achievements in terms of agreeing with the Nigerian government to sabotage Biafra while you are holding the Biafran flag. There are some people who are wearing the Biafran t-shirt, holding the Biafran flag, singing Biafra every day like a song, but beneath this particular exterior, they are in tandem with the Nigerian government to sabotage all our efforts. We know them. That is why we are asking everybody to set aside this particular complex and come back to their senses. and give Biafrans exactly what they expect of them. We keep on telling our people that Biafra is not a business venture where people make money and abandon their cause. Some of these groups, some of these mushroom groups, who just emerged from the cocoon from nowhere over the years, from their parent body, they are just there to feed their stomach infrastructure, just to get something to feed their family. I am not saying it's not good to get involved in legitimate business. Nothing wrong in that. But a situation where some groups, some individuals, keep on using the Biafran spirit, the Biafran struggle to feed themselves by extorting money and loyalty for the poor people, we find it quite unacceptable. We want our people to be honest to themselves, to be honest to the people they are leading, to be honest to all of us. We cannot achieve Biafra through dishonesty. We cannot achieve Biafra after gathering money from the people. You disappear into thin air from wherever that is your own secret base. You continue to instigate crisis or rebellion. The question is this: in case of crisis or rebellion, who is going to lead the operation? Who is going to lead them? We want leaders, not just talkative leaders, but those who will come to the front line to lead the people. We are asking our people, let me inform, in case of anything, anybody who is not within reach to lead the operation should not compel or cajole you into taking some steps that will be so bad for you. Remember, some of us are breadwinners of certain families. Remember, we are responsible to our parents, our wives, our brothers and sisters, and equally to our own children. Let us not do anything that will bring us into conflict with any superior force. I am not saying that we don't have the necessary wherewithal to confront, but no. When the time comes, while the enemies are dying, our own people also will be dying. In a situation where somebody dies, use that particular comparison and know how you can feel when it occurs to you. That is why we're telling our people, let no one deceive you. We are virtually in Biafra land. People have been saying in the past, Biafra cannot be given but taken. Okay, it is time now for us to take Biafra. Where are they? After all the noise making, after all the propaganda, vile propaganda I call it, at the end of it all, people are now saying, give us a date for referendum. Of course, nobody is against referendum. All we have to tell you is that Biafra had already had a referendum during the before the 1967-70 civil Holocaust, for Eastern Consultative Assembly to have gathered and took a decision that would be Biafra. That was enough for referendum. So what referendum are we talking about again? When we already have a Biafran functional government. Biafra is there already. So which referendum are you talking about? Anybody talking about referendum is to tell the people that he doesn't know that Biafra has gone far. Why must we be talking about referendum when we're already answering Biafrans? Why do we talk about referendum when the Biafran government is already in place? Why do we talk about referendum when our flag is flying, when we have our plate numbers, when we have the seat of power, when already we are employing people into the Biafran civil service? Already when some international communities have given us a nod, why do we still talk about referendum, asking the Nigerian government to give us a date for referendum? Rubbish. No Nigerian government will give you a date for referendum. Take it or leave it. We would like you to take it like you boasted. Nobody will give you a date for referendum unless you take it. But what we are saying is that already the Biafran government is there and we have gone beyond referendum. Referendum was what we discussed in the years yore. In this present dispensation, we have gone beyond that. So anybody talking about referendum is dragging us backwards. You wouldn't accept that. So we are here to assess the successes and the failures so far of various groups. But however, I might not be competent enough to do that because I wouldn't like to assess other people. All I have to say is that within the particular bim-massob family where we exist and which is in charge of this particular broadcasting authority, we are informing our Biafrans that right now we have done much towards achieving Biafra. Already, first and foremost, we have Biafra's seat of power at Owerri. Anybody who is still a doubtful Thomas should visit Owerri anytime, more especially this December period and during the New Year, and see the wonders the bim-massob family has done. People go there and entertain their sight. People go there and testify that indeed Chief Dr. Afo Wazirike has given us Biafra. Why there he hosts people from different countries of the world. They might not be ambassadors or heads of states and governments, but then emissaries of governments always come there to discuss on the way forward. These are the things we always say. We have our seat of power. Apart from this, every zone in Biafra land right now, the bim-massob family is constructing administrative offices. Go and ask. It is there. Not just asking, you can go there and verify yourself that the bim-massob family is constructing administrative offices in all the zones in Biafra land. I didn't say zones in Igbo land, rather in Biafra land. Tell me which other group has done this or even attempted this. That is why we keep on telling our people. There can't be two groups in this our Biafra actualization dream. The only group which we stand to say at any time is the bim-massob family, Biafra Independent Movement, and the movement for the actualization of the civil sector of Biafra under His Excellency Chief Dr. Afo Wazirike. Remember, we say he is our Excellency. He does not lay claim to that in his own humble self. He doesn't lay claim to that. But having realized the things he has so far achieved for us, we say he is our own Excellency. And we make proud to say that. Think of that. Almost again, Biafra pound is virtually in circulation. Our Biafra plate number, vehicle plate numbers in circulation. Our flags are flying everywhere. And those who are holding Biafra flag now are holding that in honor of the Biafra leader, Chief Dr. Afo Wazirike. Of course, we have not forgotten the Ikembande, which Kwemeko Megojuku, the People's General, who handed over to him. So, any other person, any other group, we are saying, if you are talking about Biafra today or holding Biafra flag, you are doing that in support of the Biafra leader, Chief Wazirike. Go to Wikipedia, go to Google, go to anywhere. The testimony is there. There are already, the international community already is addressing him as His own Excellency, the President of Biafra. If the international community could be, describing him as Biafran President, what else are we talking about? Why then do people still shout about referendum when already he has been recognized as Biafran President? Remember, this is an honor accorded to him because he has so much done. He has done so much for us in this particular struggle. He has sacrificed a lot. He has gone to prisons. He still has come out to remain indomitable. All what others do is when they come and make noise and move down to politicians, collect money from them, they disappear or they phase out. You see them shuttling from one place to another. There was one that used to shuttle the crease of Bayelsa or Akwa State. I don't know whatever he was called. At the end of the day, using ordinary fishing boat to make noise. Today he has fizzled out. He's now into building construction. Of course, it's good. Construct houses or buildings for Biafra land, and we are going to patronize you. This is your own calling. So when you know you can construct a house, a building for us, why then do you call yourself a freedom fighter? Just wait. I'm happy that today you have relinquished. So we are using this particular opportunity as the year is almost ending, telling all the groups in Biafra land to join hands, to join forces with the bim-massob family, to join forces will chief the Torah for Wazirike and let Biafra come today, tomorrow. Remember, 2019 is going to decide a lot in the history of Nigeria, whether you like it or not. To those of you or some of you who exist there, who stay there without knowing what is happening right now, we are saying something is going to happen come 2019. Either to make or to mar, Nigeria will no longer be the same. We are getting prepared for final Biafra emergence. This is the message we are giving to you now. We are informing you to get ready. 2019 is a make or mar affair. Nigeria will no longer remain the same. Remember, as we are talking right now from this our studio in Germany, Boko Haram has overrun 2 more military barracks in the northeast. 2 more military barracks in Bad also in northeast. Baga, please. So, in the last 2 days, Boko Haram has overrun 2 more military barracks. Mounted their flag. Their flag is now flying in the northeastern part of Nigeria. There is also information coming to us that Boko Haram is now trying to study the topography of Maiduguri. It is the only city in the whole of northeast that has not been brought down. Right now, Boko Haram is encircling Maiduguri, studying the topography, the geography of the whole place. Very, very soon as I'm talking, Boko Haram is going to overrun Maiduguri. And once it is done, it becomes a sultanate. It is all over. Let us be honest to ourselves, it is all over. Nigeria can no longer be the same. Boko Haram has taken over the entire northeast and declared their own Islamic Republic. What are we waiting for? It is not strange at all. It is what we want and we are advocating for that. We are telling our people why Boko Haram is taking over the northeast. What are we talking about here? Biafra is here with us. We don't want to know whether Yoruba people are talking about Oduduwa or not. I know a cowardly in nature, they might not say anything. They only want Biafra to be in the front line or Boko Haram to be in the front line before they join from the rear. Whether they declare their own Oduduwa or not, we don't want to know. We are talking about Biafra because even Boko Haram has declared their own republic, hosting their flag right now. We are not against Boko Haram because we want a divided Nigeria. While we want a divided Nigeria, we are not in terms of violent balkanization, but rather a peaceful balkanization. Fragmentation is the word. So, right now we are talking from source, authoritative sources. Boko Haram has taken over virtually the entire northeast, excluding Maiduguri, which right now they are studying its geography and topography. Once Maiduguri is attacked in the coming days or weeks, it is all over. It is all over with Nigeria. What else remains? And once they have that place as a buffer, they have to move towards the southern zone. Their target is Biafra. Don't forget, their target is Biafra. Since their own target is Biafra, what are you doing? Instead of getting prepared for the rainy day, instead of getting prepared for any eventuality, stupid people are on Facebook abusing the sensibility of their fellow Biafrans. Don't forget that whenever there is crisis, now such people are the ones to jump the fence first. They will be the ones to, first of all, jump the fence. But now in peacetime, you see them making noise, shouting, criticizing, threatening. At the right moment, they will disappear into thin air. Why then do you make noise when you are empty? One thing certain is the bim-massob family does not make noise at all. If not on the last 26th of November, whoever would have known that our military boys and the police are already prepared to give us a march past? We don't make noise about it. And to God be the glory that since the 26th of November this year, many people that have been criticizing the bim-massob family have come back to their senses to say, indeed, these people mean business. This is what we are talking about. So, we are telling those who only make noise on social media, those who abuse the sensibility of their fellow Igbos or fellow Biafrans, those who continue to, pour out some altercations against their fellow human beings when the enemy is already on the prowl. We are reminding you that the day of the jackal is here with us. Get prepared. Some people wanted war and they still want war. Probably that war will come. I hope they wouldn't be the first to jump the wall, because noise makers are cowards. Just like cowards are noise makers. Those who don't make noise are the courageous ones. We don't make noise at all. We only tell you, don't fight. Don't go into war. We are not prepared. But it does not mean that when we are confronted unjustly, we wouldn't be able to defend ourselves. We can defend ourselves. True. We can do that confidently, courageously. But we don't like initiating such, madness. We are using this end of the year coming to tell our people, eschew bitterness, come together. Understand that all of us are Biafrans. Understand that all of us are children of the same ancestral parentage. All of us must understand that we have a common destiny. And this destiny is encompassed in the Biafra Republic. Let us come together. Let us stop this madness, this division, this problem that is inherent in our midst. I tell you again and again, I live in the comfort of Europe. I don't have any problem. But then when I think home, I know that in the event of any conflict, my people are going to perish. My people are going to die. Why then must I advocate it? We are using this platform to tell our people we want Biafra at all costs, but not through violence. We can devise other means like Chief Dr. Rafi Wazeke already is doing. We explore more avenues and get Biafra, but not through shouting, through instigations. No! Such things don't help at all. We rather waste our time and bring ourselves to ridicule. We are telling our people we have achieved much. The members of the bim-massob family have achieved much. Don't forget, one of our first achievements is bringing up other groups. Every other group in this Biafra agitation sprang up from the bim-massob family. They are rather the offshoots. And this is our first achievement. If you're a father or mother, let me say parents, you don't have children, how can you be proud to talk in the society? Other groups, IPOB, RBL Limited, Mobbing, Movement of Biafra in Nigeria, Customary Government, Berea Human Rights, LNC, and what have you. All these groups are children of the bim-massob family. That is true. They are children of the bim-massob family. So we are proud of our children. All we are saying is that they should not cause conflict in their family. Because when they cause conflict in their family, when their roof is falling, it's going to fall on them. No two ways about it. If you don't believe from something in the Bible. So, from whatever angle you're operating in this Biafra struggle, you are an offshoot of the bim-massob family. Therefore, we consider you as our child or as a foster child. That is absolute. It's incontestable. Those of you who try to shout from the top of roofs now, do not forget that you were first of all, a member of the bim-massob family. The radio that is giving you the prominence or the eminence right now was a property of the bim-massob family before it was converted into personal use. So, what else are you talking about? And what else are you telling us? Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, no matter the group you belong, whether you are trying to, in a group that talks about religion in Biafra land or whatever, you are an offshoot of the bim-massob family, and we consider you either as our direct child or our foster child. And we cannot harm you because you are our blood. So, why then do you brag? We have to put a stop. We are telling everybody. There will be a time when insulting any Igbo person shall be an offense. And we shall go to social media to monitor whatever is happening. Remember, You might do all this is in Africa, in Nigeria, in Biafra land at the moment and get away free. In Europe here, anything you write on Facebook, on social media, they know where you're operating from. That is exact. Echesna Udez can be any witness because he lives in the developed world. Anything you do in Europe, in Japan, anywhere in America, on Facebook, social media, they know exactly where you're operating from. They know the address. If you like, go to a business center to insult people, they know the very business center where you're operating from. And if they want to track you, they will take all the key pass there on the computers and laptops and what have you. They know what to do, and their fingerprint will show they know how to get you. Forget what you did in Nigeria, in Biafra land, you think you are free. There will be a time we are going to install the European type equipment in Biafra land. Whatever you do on social media, we track you down. We are going to advise the Biafran government on how best to provide and to secure our people from this social madness. So, in Europe here, as in America, from whenever you do something on net, they know who is doing it. They know where the person is operating from. Not so long ago in England, a girl abused one American president. Of course, they tracked her down and banned her and her generations forever from entering America. There will be a time we are going to develop such system to track down all these people that insult the sensibility of Biafra. We cannot allow this type of malady to continue in our own modern society. We can never allow the problem, the catastrophe that is bringing Nigeria down to rear heads in Biafra land. We must not allow that. We are going to sanitize the Biafran society. Take it or leave it. We are not trying to be dictatorial, no. But if it means bringing sanity in Biafra land and we become dictators, we have to apply it. Provided nobody is punished unjustly, our law is going to be supreme. So those of you who come to social media to abuse our leader day by day, they begin to insult Chief Wazike. We are just giving you time to repent. Let me advise you. We are giving you time to repent. And of course, we have made it abundantly clear. Any group, anybody that tries to insult the sensitivity of the Biafra leader, we are going to take it upon ourselves to teach the person a lesson. We are going to open the Pandora's box. We have all the secrets of every group in manifold abundance. And we know how to let them out of the bag. Truth must be told. For the fact that we keep silent, you continue to use a radio to talk blah 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 rubbish. We are just giving you the chance to repent. If we want to go into via propaganda, we are experts in that. And we know the in-depth, we have the in-depth knowledge of everybody's activities in this Biafra struggle. But we don't want to dance naked. We don't want to wash our dirty linens in the public. That is why we are telling everybody, come back to your senses. Stop just allowing your frontal brain to lead you. Make use of your back brain, which is the intuition. Let your intuition guide you, not just your frontal brain. Because if you allow your frontal brain to dictate for you, you are bound into damnation. So we are advising everybody, while this 2018 is passing, let all the madness of the 2018 go. But let there be a carryover of things that are good. Things that are good, let there be a carryover. Those that are bad, let them go. Let them be things of the past. We are going into 2019 like born-again Christians. Let me welcome Ume Maslins to the program. Ume, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Oracle. Good evening, Biafrans all over the world. Good evening, all our listeners. This is Ume Maslins speaking, not from Lagos, Nigeria this time, but from Biafra City of Power in Owerri right now. You all are welcome. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Ume Maslins. For now, how are the situations of things at the City of Power in Owerri? Can you please brief Biafrans? How are you celebrating the Christmas and preparing for the New Year?
Yes, right now everything is as planned, as expected. Because those from far who think that they will make it tomorrow morning to be early at the national meeting, they've already started arriving since this evening. Just like myself, though I arrived yesterday, and Everything is happening as planned or as expected. This is our last meeting, national meeting for the year 2018, and nobody would like to be told of everything that our leader has to say during his address was. And that is why everybody tries to make it a point of duty to be here on time. Because by tomorrow, those who think that they will make it tomorrow coming may face one maybe hold up or whatever, or any other delay that will cause them coming on time. And nobody would like to be getting second-hand information of what His Excellency will have to tell us tomorrow. So, right now, we all are full of expectation, waiting for his address to us. Just like what you have been saying concerning the achievements of bim-massob in the past years, and even in the year that is out, the outgoing 2018. Yes, all these are the things we expect to hear from him even tomorrow, so that he will tell us the areas we got it right and the areas we need to improve, so that 2019 will not so that 2019 will not be so that 2019 will be better, because we keep improving. In every year we keep improving. So by tomorrow he will explain all the areas we got it right and where we need improvement, so that we all will buckle up and get improved in 2019, so that when we get to finally arrive at Biafra, we all will together make it that pride of Africa that we expect it to be. So that is what the situation on ground is right now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ume Maslis, for briefing us on the situation of things right now at the seat of power, Owerri. We shall call you again to talk to us more. Meanwhile, let me welcome our brother calling us from Cameroon, joining our program now. Please, our brother in Cameroon, introduce yourself to fellow Biafrans. Of course, I wish you happy Christmas in arrears and the New Year in advance. Over to you from Cameroon.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm coming from Cameroon. I'm Raymond Okoye. And I wish all of you happy Christmas. All the members of Masobia and our leader, Chief Wazirike.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now, our brother Raymond Okoye, how is the situation of things in Cameroon now? We are aware that there is a civil conflict in Cameroon between the northern part and the armed Bazonians. How is the situation there? I hope it's not affecting our people in Cameroon.
Yeah, it's affecting those who are living in the English side. But in the capital that I am, it's not affecting us.
Okay. So we are happy that you are quite safe. Please always make sure you protect yourself and advise our fellow Biafrans who are there.
Okay.
Thank you so much, our brother Raymond Okoye, joining us from Cameroon. And now let me welcome Jude Chijoke from Lagos. Jude, over to you.
Yeah, good evening, Ikena. Thank you. Good evening, fellow Biafrans. This is Jude Chijoke, and I am still joining in direct from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jude. Join us from Lagos, Nigeria. Of course, Echezna Udeze is still with us. Echezna, by the time I introduce you, you are alone. Echezna, over to you once again.
Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel. In today's topic, I would like our people to listen carefully, listen attentively, to catch up our mission in this struggle of Biafra. As we continue, we want everybody to obey the leadership of Chief Wazirike, who has been doing everything possible to deliver his people. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Echezna. Of course, we have our listeners. We must always acknowledge them, because where there are no listeners, there won't be speakers, and where there are no speakers, there won't be listeners. We work in unity. Ada, we say welcome, of course. Let me a second, please. Dominic Chidebere, we say welcome. Tony Ofo, who is always with us, we say welcome. Ikechi Okorie. We also say welcome. Obonna Chede. Ihanetu Anyanwu, we say welcome. Our Yoruba sister, Shola Salako, who is a senior activist of Yoruba extraction, by the grace of God, Oduduwa, is also here with us monitoring. Fidelis Ozioko is there with us. Chiamaka Ukeria, you are welcome. Oga Joshua, you are welcome. Promise Isaac, Uche G. Akubeze, Biafra Monopoly, who never misses the opportunity to be with us. Ndokoba Uche, Chimezie Ibendi, Okosisi, Michael Oke, you are welcome. Amaka Eze, Christopher Patrick, you are also welcome. Osita Eze, Ugochukwu Okoye, Emmanuel Nade, who is a member of the vobi crew as well as the MTV. We say you are welcome, you are listening. Of course, thank you, Michael, okay, for encouraging us with your good will wishes. Izuna Akapog is there, Abo Romanus, of course, Ikenna Ebuka is there, Obuka Onyangosi, Friday James, Henry James, Silvanus Chima, Amechi Ane, and lot more. I'll be giving them out from time to time as we progress. So, what we are saying, the year is almost come to an end. 2 more days, and we say farewell forever to 2018. Even though 2018 had its blood, it also had its own spring. While we are appreciating the year 2018 for giving us the spring, we are saying, may the blood that flowed during the 2018 never reoccur in 2019. In Jesus' name, amen. We are going to enter 2019 healthy. We thank God that all of us have started this particular vobi BBA programs. We are alive and healthy today. We are equally appreciative of the Almighty Providence that our leader, Chief Dr. Rafu Wazike, is healthy today. We thank God that every member of the bim-massob family is healthy today, even though sometime in the past we lost some members. May their souls rest in peace. We must never forget you. We are going to carry your memories into 2019 to always remember the sacrifices you made for our own people. Nothing can be in vain. Nothing can be in vain because we know how to honor our heroes. After all, right now, at Okigwe, all the Biafran war veterans are comfortably housed in their own flats with their families, receiving salaries at every month. This is how we honor our heroes past. We shall never forget. We shall continue to appreciate everybody's efforts. Just like I have always said, no member of the vobi BBA receives salary anytime, anywhere. I make bold to say it. Whatever they are doing is from their own sweat, from their own blood. Rather, they give to our own people, sacrificing time, sacrificing confidence, sacrificing money, that our people shall be free. When the history of Biafra shall be told in plain language, of course, I bet you all their names are going to occupy various chapters by way of memorials. We thank all of you for being part of this particular program, and we shall continue to thank you. Now, at present in Biafra land, we have to give you issues that make the day. We must sanitize Biafra land. We are going to inform you some of those evils, some of those maladies that now confound Biafra land. Everybody shall now begin to think how we are going to solve all these problems during the final Biafra emergence. Because if we fail to find solutions to all these things and we carry them into the promised land, all these are going to develop like tumor, and the consequences will be too fatal for anybody to appear, for anybody to endure. That is why we have to use this particular opportunity of the outgoing 2018 to remind ourselves of all these evils, to make sure none of them is carried into 2019 to disturb our peace anymore. We are talking especially to our brothers who keep on insulting our people, who think that whatever comes out from the lips of their leader is something that must be obeyed by all and sundry. That is absolute nonsense. I repeat, that is absolute nonsense. Nobody has a monopoly of wisdom or knowledge in Biafra land. Everybody is equal, and by the practice of what we call ohacracy, Every Igbo person is entitled to their own opinions or whatever. And let us warn, nobody has gotten the mandate to impose any form of religion on the Igbo race or on the Biafrans. It's practically impossible, unacceptable, and intolerable, as well as it is imperceptible. We are going to make sure that everybody have freedom, or rather has freedom, to practice their own brand of religion, worshiping their God as they deem fit or necessary. Anybody, let us warn, anybody who tries by whatever means to impose any particular religion on Biafran society is going to face the music. For the fact that we don't talk, we speak softly does not mean that we don't know what to do. We know what to do at any given moment in time, and we know how to do it and do it without any mistake. But sometimes, because of the blood relationship that exists amongst us, we fear to do anything that is funny. So, but we are advising such people to repent from this madness and begin to think of other ways of helping Biafra land. We have our farmlands uncultivated. Instead of trooping all these boys in the name of one form of religion, take them to the farms to cultivate for Biafra land. We want food sufficiency in Biafra land. We want a situation where we are going to produce food sufficiency to feed our teeming population. We cannot depend on the Yoruba or the Hausa to feed us. We must go into agriculture. Instead of taking all these boys, we are putting them whatever they like in the form of religion, roaming the streets and make. How can religious people be carrying out demonstrations on the streets of Biafra land? That is too absurd. These boys should be engaged in other things gainful, or alternatively go to the farms and cultivate our cassava. We want to export cassava, we want to export our yam. They have to cultivate the yam. Even cocoa yam, they have to cultivate, we want to export cocoa yam. We have to cultivate even potato. We want to harvest, we want to export different varieties of farm produce. We want to have all these things in abundance. These boys who roam the streets in the name of religion, whether Jewish or whatever, they should go to the farm and cultivate the yield. The harvest is plentiful, says the Lord, but the laborers are few. The Lord will send forth laborers into his own vineyard. And he says, who shall be this particular servant? Let him send us. We are prepared. We are telling our people, we shall not tolerate nonsense in Biafra land. Take it or leave it. The Biafran society is going to be a sanitized one. Nobody will come and impose any form of nonsense on our people. Impossible. So, if you are practicing at home, your own brand of religion, do it right now. You have the freedom. But once we enter finally in Biafra land, we ban it. This is what we are saying. So right now, 2019 is approaching. We have our successes, we have our failures. Let me go to Echezna Udeze in Japan. Echezna, in this outgoing 2018, what do you think are our achievements so far in this our Biafran struggle, and what do you think are our failures? We want to discuss our successes, to maintain our successes. We want to discuss on our failures, for us not to repeat our failures. Echezna Udeze, talk to our people.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kenneth, for giving me this great opportunity to discuss this very issue. We have achieved a lot.
Okay, please, hold on, please. Hold on. Please don't be offended.
Okay.
Our brother in Cameroon is on mobile line. Instead of warning him, let me ask our brother in Cameroon, Raymond Okoye, what do you think are the things we have achieved in this 2018, and what are the things we have not achieved, because we want to learn lessons from them? Talk to us.
Okay. I think we have achieved a lot in 2018. We made many things our achievement. Make us to know many things in 2018. Even this last year, 26th November, we teach us many things. So we are ready to prepare for Biafra, and we are waiting for that Biafra. So 2019, we also, I think that I want to say is that we should stop insulting the others as they are insulting us. Let us not stop. Let us not continue to insult them or quarrel with them. Forget about them, because they They don't know what they are doing. That is my own opinion.
Exactly. We have to forgive them sometimes because they don't know what they are doing. We are going to make them understand very, very soon. It's a matter of time. We're almost in Biafra land. It's over to you.
Thank you once again for getting it. Like as I said before, we have achieved a lot, and a lot. Because since after the war, nobody could mention Biafra until a man stood up without fear and start saying it, start gathering our people, start calling for our freedom. And today we can see all over the world how it goes. Nobody that is mentioning Biafra today that will deny of being attached to Chief Wazirike and Mazab. About them even swear, go to the extent of swearing that they don't belong to Mazab or they don't contribute to anything in Mazab. But they must understand that this new Biafra struggle was initiated by someone, carried out by someone who brought us together and brought us to where we are today. Any leader in this struggle of Biafra must come from Prophet Wazirike or from another group that pulled out from Mazab or whatsoever, no matter how you try to deny. Like I will say that the fish cannot deny water somewhere. Nobody that is talking about Biafra today will deny myself. Oh, she forgot was really. So we have achieved a lot. When I traveled to Owerri, I saw by myself. Nobody told me. I saw things by myself. I saw the seat of power. I saw the houses where we can sit down and say, here is our capital. Now here is our government house where we can meet our leaders. So we have achieved a lot. If I start mentioning them one after the other, maybe in the next 7 days we haven't finished this program because it is too many to mention. It's too much to mention. Our achievement, the only area, let me put it, that we fail, but it's the still we, not any other person. The only area we fail is the area of reconciliation and unity. The area of coming together as one people. That is the only area we fail, but in other way around, we are winning the game. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honestly, the only area I agree with you we have failed is in reconciliation of our differences. It's not our fault anyway. We have always extended the hands of friendship to all others, but because of their own selfish motives, they fail to acknowledge that. That is true. Now, remember, Slinos, where and where do you think we have succeeded and where we also have failed? Point them out. We want to learn lessons.
Yeah, thank you, Arako. To be honest with you, the bim-massob and our leader, His Excellency Chief Dr. Rafu Wazirike, like you said, yes, there are areas, so many areas we achieve success, and very few areas, like I said, we need to improve. I won't say we failed, but we need to improve. And talking about our successes, they are so numerous. If not for any other thing, for anybody to go up and down here in Nigeria with Biafra regalia without any molestation, unlike before when it was almost like a taboo for somebody to mention Biafra, not to talk of holding anything that identifies Biafra. It is a huge success. When we talk about other things. Today, we are sure of the Biafran flag being in the hands of so many nations now, waiting for signal for the flag to be hoisted. It is a great achievement. For the flag to have even been hoisted in International School of Aviation here in Lagos, Nigeria, it has never been like that before. If it was years past, I don't think that school will still be functioning now. But seeing the Biafran flag in the premises, not to talk of hoisting it. So for that flag to have been hoisted there for days before eventually, because of what was happening around, turning that place like a mecca of a sort, for a pilgrimage center of a sort. Then out of fear, they had to remove it and kept it inside the premises. Because this evening, I met with a particular person who went inside the premises and went to the management school. I discussed with him, and he told me exactly how everything. But because I think when there came a rumor that it had been rehoisted, but he told me no, it has not been rehoisted. But the school management, they removed it and placed it on the table inside the premise, inside the office. It is right there. But for fear of what I don't know, they said it's better they don't host it now. So all these are achievements for that school to still be functioning without anybody going there to arrest management of the school or to arrest anybody. It is a great achievement. Because when we talk about fighting for a nation to gain independence, there are some things that may seem minor, but understanding where we are coming from, these things, they are great achievements. That is why I'm mentioning all these words. Some people may be expecting me to start talking about the infrastructures. No, those ones are things we know that yes, you can brand any country, you can brand it and nobody will come to disturb you. So the areas I'm going are the areas I know that people will never believe that it could be possible, but by the special grace of God, through the non-violence approach to this, we are able to achieve this peace without anybody coming to this force. Yes, today, it happened in a way. When we are coming, I was putting on a particular t-shirt with Biafra boldly with at the back, and the first cap I was putting on, Biafra boldly written on it, and other things that show that I am a true full-fledged. When I was the people looking at, I wasn't on this planet in fact, and when a particular policeman, he was coming behind me, he saw the whole thing. When he passed me, he was like, he nodded me, he shook that the way there were some elements of disbelief in him, but because of the source we have now, that they can no longer touch any of those who don't know it. What I'm saying happened in Owerri, at the control post Owerri, going towards Port Harcourt Road. So all these things, when they happen, they give us great joy. They are great achievements. They are great achievements, and they are a proof and it has to do with our members. Information management, information management, because there are some of us, a good number of us, we still need to improve greatly. Because for the fact that we have not shown great improvement in managing information, that is why some of us have not been able to hear, or we have not been hearing from our leader what and what from him, because sometimes when he tries to tell us things and discover that we are not to, we have not the capacity to manage or to handle such information, he will keep them back to himself. And it's not doing some of us, that is such actually, it's not doing some of us good, because just the information give us strength and courage. But when we don't have them, it will be as if we are not ready. But it's except because other times when you try to think you see on variant and you see because I want to tell them to say that is it right? What if I then tell them the cocoa in the matter? How will their reaction be? So that area need to improve. When I came into a way, well, even on 26th, you can since you this we had broadcast on 26th. And after the broadcast, somebody called me and said that, do you know that Ghana is in Nigeria? I said, what do you mean? Why do you people always say things that you are not sure of? I am the one to tell you if I thought there is need for me to tell you whether Ghana is around or not. Why do you people always go your way for us? You can imagine such. And coming to one today, somebody was on that 20, was why the podcast that you handled it in Nigeria. That is for you to understand. So I said when I said we need to improve in that area, that is why I said we need to improve the information. Because that you told me that he got it right. I said, I think there's any sort that you more where you get from me. The person you are talking about, you having the from the street. And coming to worry today, he said, you know what? The person that's acted quiet. So people it out. We go for it from that source. So disregard it. Disregard it. So these are areas need a because I don't affect anything. We need to improve it. So these are the little have to contribute in this regard. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ume Maslinos. You really hammered on information dissemination, information management. It is very, very important in our struggle. We would want a situation where our people are up to date, where they are abreast of the current happenings. We have always told our people that we don't believe in hearsay or rumor mongering. No, we want to establish fact always before we come to the open to discuss. That is why we always enjoin our people to go to social media, update yourself, learn more. And before you talk, you verify. This is the area we have fed and fed woefully in this outgoing 2018. But we believe that from the weather meeting tomorrow, our people are going to be re-energized to know that for you to understand the very society you exist in, you must have every available information. Get information, verify them, and then become part of the information itself. This is what we are saying. Of course, information getting to us now is that the Nigerian police, have been laying siege on Dino Melaya's residence in Abuja. They want to get him arrested. Police has disconnected the electricity to his house and they're doing everything possible to get him arrested. So right now, the gentleman Dino Melaya is good in his own house. But then, what sympathy do we have for him? When Jonathan was there, a Democrat, this Dino Melaya was somebody who printed T-shirt awarding Jonathan F9, F9, every subject. awarding him F9 security, F9 in economy, F9 everywhere. He wanted a change. He wanted Buhari to come into power. Buhari is there now. Of course, Patience Jonathan told them, since you don't want my husband a Democrat, which gives you your freedom to continue in power, you want a dictator, and dictator who shall rule over you. Today, Dino Meleya is reaping the consequences of his own miscalculations. He doesn't have rest of mind again because he imposed Buhari on himself and on Nigerians, and today he does not have respite anymore. Let them get him arrested so that next time people shall think well before they take some necessary actions. And on the side of it, there is information right now coming to us somewhere in Biafra land at Enugu Hospital. At Enugu, the mortuary there, the mortuary at Enugu is right now in flames. All the corpses in the mortuary are burnt down. Right now, as we are talking, the hospital at Enugu is right now in flames. So, we don't understand why a mortuary should be set ablaze. What are they trying to cover up? What are they hiding? It's quite unheard of. Mortuary to be set ablaze. All the corpses are burnt. Nobody can recognize anyone again who owns what. But we shall come back to that. Judy Chijoke, over to you. What are our successes, our failures in this outgoing year? Judy Chijoke in Lagos, Nigeria.
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, I would like to use this opportunity to just do a little shout out to all Biafrans, most especially myself members. 19 years is not 19 days. I would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. Now, come to the book of the day. When we talk of what we have achieved without mentioning single one, I don't think it's proper, because definitely we must definitely mention the areas that we have not done so well also. So I think I will have to touch some certain areas where I believe that we have done tremendously well, and I think it's kudos anyway. First of all, it has to do with Biafra, the name Biafra. The name Biafra, we all know how the name Biafra was in the past, but after the emergence of the bim-massob and the peace struggle that we have agitated for the past 19 years, today, talk of Biafra today and talk of Biafra 19 years ago, you will see the difference. That alone shows that Biafra is here to stay. It is only a question of time. People are writing in through our pages, people are calling in through other of our media outfits, congratulating we Biafrans, saying one particular thing, that Biafran security uniform, that they have seen Biafran security, lot of never knew that uniform will launch, the is launched, that the uniform is on the of time, the uniform will never go under, or will never corrupt, will never by any security agent, most especially in Biafra land. A lot of people never believed, and they said without security you cannot say you can boast of anything, most especially talk of nation. Security should be the #1 priority. Without security, so when I see different uniforms, it gives a lot of joy, and the real just that yes, this is a good sign that we have arrived. Now, when you talk of the international passport that was launched, you talk of the driver's license, you talk of the vehicle plate numbers that was launched. Of this is done, inside the room. It was done with a group of people. We all saw it ourselves. This video photo a lot of coverage when you talk of the international, and this is not that it requires when you want to be a nation of your own. These are they must be in place, and most especially Biafra. A lot of people has gone down the drain that it is no longer us, was leader of PLM, chief doctor was the after he launched the great structures. We go to various parts of the zone of different, you find out that there are structures, even structures as being completed. This is Biafra. These are achievements. The when I say this contributions that is this partnership, we are strong and sure this is community. We do this. If we do that, so, talk of Biafra, these are it. Decision. We all do. The out there, the Biafra football team, the way that was organized, and we hope that this kind of will be superb. We talk of Biafran agriculture produce, which was towards Ojukwu Memorial Lecture that was not highest. We also I can go on and on and on. But it's numerous. There are numerous things that that we achieve. So if simple try is here. We have that we are areas that don't. But for me, I believe that we have done tremendous. All we are focusing on is the instruction given our lead concerning the struggle, because we know that we have been to the end of our struggles. We have to put on a best directive on what. Then where I believe that we have failed, I don't use the word because we just I will say that I'm able to speak with common. I know that from the way it is now, I know that all people speak with one voice, but I rather point telling every Biafran that is listening today in kind of group, unable to speak with a common voice on that area. I believe that we failed on, and that is the particular the area to with, because there is no we call person no we don't
Yeah, service is failing over there. I don't know. Service appears to be failing at your end, Jude. It's not so clear. At times it cuts. Maybe you change your position to enable us hear you loud and clear.
I don't know if you can get me now.
Yeah, it's better now. It's better now.
Okay. So let me conclude by saying that I will in the area of patronizing Biafran made item, I believe that we failed on that area and unable to speak with a common voice. Talking of Biafrans in general, that is the particular true area. Because I believe there is no how that if you don't patronize your own made, know how you expect the world to embrace that same product, that same fungus. So that is the particular true area which I believe that we are going to focus more on the year to come. So that is my own candid contribution. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jude, for that wonderful contributions. Of course, our people are listening and they take advice, much as we equally listen to them and take their own advice. We are here, giving our appraisal to 2018, outgoing 2018, our successes, our failures. This is what we are doing now. When we understand our successes, we carry them over to 2019. But our failures, we find a way to correct them before joining into 2019 as not to repeat them. This is how a society grows. If you don't assess yourself to know where you have succeeded and where you have failed, you are bound to be making the same mistakes again and again, and it does not help in the growth of any particular society at all. That is why we are here. We are here instead of talking about Jubril or Buhari or Ohaneze or Okorocha or anybody. We are dwelling on issues that concern our people. Meanwhile, let me welcome Jimije Ede Ikechukwu, of course, one time Obele, Onyekachi Orisape, Chisco Ede Lawrence Nwachukwu, Ivo Hana, Sanusi Driver, Chukwemeka Joseph Abazie. We welcome you, of course, Henry Ibe, Yanemerem Ofomadu, Okochi Uchenna, Duna Mins Ikegwo, of course, Ekem Chukwu Ugu Bright, Owape Oke, KC Aka Uchi Onwa Ugochinyele. All of you were saying welcome. Now in Biafra land, every day and all day long, we hear stories of kidnappings. We hear stories of ritual killings in Igbo land, in Biafra land. We hear stories of assassinations for reasons we do not understand. People pouring acid on their fellow human beings, beheading their fellow human beings just because they want to be called Bunjo. Day by day also in Biafra land, we hear people who go up and down saying they are preaching the gospel of election boycott, when we are telling them either you stop the election entirely or you vote. But instead of doing this, some people go about saying they are evangelizing Biafra land, that there will be election boycott, at whose detriment. Some of these maladies are perverting the Biafran landscape right now as we are talking about. Of course, let us not fail to commend Ezeri for the courage he has displayed by ending everything about Osu caste system in Igbo land. We commend him so much. There is no reason why a segment of our society should be branded Osu. For what reasons? What crimes have they or did they commit? Our ancestors might have made mistakes or the other, but must we continue in the same line? Probably. It is because of this recourse to Osu caste system. That is why it has been proving difficult for Biafra to come at once. Now we are coming back to our senses to clear some of those hurdles that constitute impediments on our way to freedom. Let us thank those who participated in that. In my own very community, I would like to mention them. There is a particular village that was branded Osu. Since I was born, they were called Osu until yesterday, when that tag was taken away from them forever and ever, once and for all. Now, these people are intelligent. They had everything. Of course, they have everything human beings can have. They possess everything in abundance. The stars of our community, we find them there. But then, because of this social discrimination, they are humiliated. You see them, when they want to speak out, they feel humbled because of that particular stigma. But I am happy. In fact, one of my good friends, we school together, is a traditional of that particular community. Because of this particular stigma, they don't talk anyhow. So we give kudos to Ezeri, the spring of the entire Igbo society, for taking that courageous step towards ending Osu caste system in Igbo land. I commend him, and since today I have been reading the social media. Our people are happy that that particular malady has been brought to an end. Although there are still die-hard ones who are still saying no way. To those people, when you fail to accept the change will take you. If you fail to accept the final banishment of this particular Osuka system, where now these people are reintegrated in terms of equality as human beings in our own society, if you fail to acknowledge that simple fact, we are going to brand you Osu and you know where it pinches or how it pinches. If you fail to accept this particular end to Osuka system in Igbo land, which is going to make our brothers and sisters equal partners in Biafran society, how do we talk about equality in Biafra land when you are branding some people Osu? I don't accept that at all. I don't like it. Whenever I visit home, I do visit some of my friends in that particular village. We are equals. So today I'm happy that it has come to an end. Anybody we are going to carry that campaign who fails to accept that particular law now order given from the Biafran spiritual head, Ezenri. If you fail to accept it, we are going to brand you Osu and we get it, dissociated from the rest of the people. So this issue of kidnapping, ritual killings in Biafra land, assassinations, this noise making altercations about boycotting the election or disrupting what do you call it now, rallies and what have you, and this Osuka system are going to form part of our broadcast now. But we are not going to take all of them on this kidnapping in Igbo land, the ritual killings, assassinations, and what have you, election matters. Let us keep them pending on the eve of this year. On the eve of 2019, that is on the 31st, when we shall be having guests in our studio. We are going to discuss them, but I would like us to use the remaining 20-30 minutes now to appraise this end to Osuka system in Biafra land, in Igbo land. Let the members discuss. Let us see whether we accept this or whether we are going to take it with a pinch of salt. And how are we going to regard those who don't want to accept this simple rule? Are we going to brand such people as well? Let them know how bitter it is. Gentlemen of the crew, the floor is open. Echezna Udeze, you have been an advocate of this particular end to Osuka system. Echezna, what do you have to say? We are free to speak in Igbo language now. Kandai na Krasonya na Agbara, Yejinti Agere, Kaikwonya na asụsụ Igbo, ka onye ọbụla aghọta ihe anyị na-ekwu ugbu a bụrụ because ihe gbasara ndị Igbo, sọsọ ndị Igbo. Ihe gbasara isikwara onye ewu Osu, onye ewu Ohu, onye ewu nke, onye ewu Ume. Na anyị na-ekwu na ala Igbo, ala Biafra na nke ahụ agaala. Ebe nke siri malite ewu na ebe isi mmụọ ndị Igbo nri ebe ọ dị. Ndị traditional rulers ndị Igbo dị iche iche agbakọtara were ọfọ jogu kwụsị ihe gbasara Osu alaala na Biafra land. Onye ọbụla nwere ohere ime ihe ọsọrọ ya, lụọ nwanyị ma ihe ọsọrọ gị ihe gbasara Osu alaala, ka onye ọbụla nwere onwe ya ka udo dị. Anaghị ama o nwere ike nwere ihe gbasara Osu na ihe mere Biafra ji dị abịa kemgbe anyị na-agba ekwu Biafra bịa anywhere, mana ihe na-ekwu uwu ka the whole world na-recognize Bedayi. O nwere ike could be the reason. So all those things that have been constituting hindrances on our way to final freedom, let us gradually be clearing them. We have cleared Osuka system. Let us hear the opinion of our people. Echezna Udeze. Echezna, are you with us? Okay, if Echezna is not listening, let me ask Ume Maslinus, what do you have to say on this Osuka system that is going on?
I'm listening.
Okay, Echezna, over to you. I na-ekwu ask him ka ekwu here na asụsụ Igbo ka ndị Igbo ka the woman in the village ka woman na kitchen ka ọ ghọta ihe anyị na-ekwu okwu ya na anyị na-ekwu ka anyị na asụsụ Igbo anyị ka onye ọbụla ghọta ihe because enwere ndị na-asị na ọ gara ije akụ Igbo na redio anyị eruola ọ bụ eziokwu. So ka anyị ji na asụsụ Igbo kwu ihe ndị a na ka ọ bụ onye ọbụla na ntị. Osu ihe gbasara Osu emechara n'Igbo ọwụ ihe ziri ezi ka ọ bụrụ ihe ziri ezi. Ndị na-ekweta dị ele na ihe anyị ga-eme ha. Echezna, over to you.
Let me start from ndị na-ekweta ha. Ndị na-ekweta ha pụtara gbasara ha ọrụ anyị. Mana nke bụ eziokwu dị ihe gbasara Osu bụ na otego aka ekwesịrị iji n'oru jibụnya bụ ife ya n'Igbo. mana kama ọ bụ ndị ikwu na ndị ekwe. Mana dịka oge nke anyị ya dịka Chineke n'obodo nọ ya n'otu a na-ewepụnye bụ ike n'etiti anyị onye magburu onwe maka na apụta a na-akọ osu onye kwara ugwu osu onweghị onye bụ osu na ọda ihe niile abụ na ekwugharị ihe nke eji mara ndị Igbo. Ọtụtụ mgbe anyị na-eme ọtụtụ ife dị na misteki. Onweghị onye bụ osu maka na ụzọ dịka m siri marụ na etu na m si ekụziri m ụzọ ndị na-abụ ka a na-akpọ osu a. Nke mbụ bụ ndị obodo ji aka ha were nyefere alụsị maka na ha na-eme ihe obodo achọghọ. Ọzọ bụ ndị nke ji aka ha nwere jikwa ha na prọpati ha maka na ndị iro na-asị na ọhịa ya. Mgbe onweghị ụka ruru otu awa adụmọkwa na onye nwere ya agbagbu ọsọ enyemaka so mee ka asụsụ na ma ikwu nna ya. So ọ dị mgbe ọka anakọtagara mmadụ n'ike ha nweghịzi ihe niile a nyefere aka arụsịkwara ha ebuchite ha dịka ha meziri ihe ndị na-achọ ha weta mkpazie gbaa ha osu kpọrọ ha afa dị iche iche maka na ha na-aganwu ha ihe a chọrọ aganwu ha nọ n'ike dịka ndị Igbo si na nwata na-azụ nke asị na ọdụ anya ukwu. Ọtụtụ ihe dị iche iche ihe dị nke kwesịrị nke bụ nọ ide kwuru ụzọ maka ihe onwe. Ọ bụrụ na anyị na-ege ọfụma egwu ọgwụ gwụrụ maka ọ na ige soro
we can't hear you very well at all. We can't hear you very well at all. The service is cutting over there. I don't know why.
Okay. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, it's better.
Okay, like ọ bụrụ na ị ga-egwu maka eji anya ya ọtara ndị eze usoro a ga-eme osu maka na obodo ya anyị maka ihe ọrụ gasị o nwere anụmanụ dị iche iche o nwere ukwu osu nke na-abịa n'ụlọ ahịa mgbe na-amaghị maka nkọrọ a na ya akwụkwọ ife niile ọnụ ụdị eze na-anya afọ na ya na ndị anọkọ ọbụla ha ga-egbu ya na hapụrụ ndị weta nnukwu akụ onye dị ndụ kpatara akụ n'obodo ọzọ wee gwa asa na ọbụ na ife adị akpa ihe dị esi ihe kọrọ
yeah, the service is failing once again. It's failing again. I don't know why. It's failing again.
Okay. Is this correct?
Yeah, it's okay.
If I had them other also
no, I think it's very poor over there. I think there must be some network problems. So let us, we'll call you back. Let us hear from Ume Maslinos.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Ume Maslinos. Or Judy Chijoke, if you are there.
Okay, thank you, Oracle. Maka na enwe gasịrị ọtụtụ to Biafra. Chukwu na onwe ya abụọ ji aka ya na-direct ihe ndị a.
Yeah.
Ọtụtụ ndị
Yeah, I think there is a general network problems we're experiencing, just like it happened from Japan and settled in Lagos. So I don't know. Network is very, very poor. I cannot hear everybody.
Is it not clear?
At times it comes up, at times it goes down. Try it again.
I'm down.
Yeah, go on. Let me hear.
Okay. So because ụfọdụ ndị a na-akpọ osu bụ ụfọdụ ndị ajọ mmadụ nọ n'ike nwere n'ebe ha nọ ka ha ji ọbụrụ ndị a na-akpọzi osu. Gịnị?
No, I think let's cut it there. Is very, very poor. We can hear you. Judy Chijoke, are you on board?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, let us see if the service is better here on side.
Okay.
Well, I think it's the same story. It is the same story. We are experiencing, dear listeners, we are experiencing, very difficult times. The network is very, very poor, and we cannot understand our contributors clearly. We are discussing an important issue concerning Igbo, concerning Biafra. The issue of Osu caste system that was brought to an end yesterday at the spiritual ground of the Igbo race. So the Ezen led the campaign, led the operation, led the spiritual cleansing of Igbo land. That everything about Osu caste system is now a thing of the past. In terms of equality, we all belong. In terms of free association, free expression of our opinions in every ramification, we are equal. We can no longer discriminate against our fellow human beings. We can no longer take them as subhuman beings. We have to take them as equal partners in the building of the Biafran society. Now that we have crossed this particular hurdle, we so much believe vicariously that Providence himself will now consider our humility and say, okay, what has been keeping us from taking a final lap on Biafran society has been removed. Why can't we rejoice? So, to those who have refused to accept this final abrogation of the Usu caste system, if we discover you, we brand you Usu. And then you know where it pinches. But in Biafran society, everybody is going to be equal. Everybody is going to be free. We don't want anybody to feel humiliated. Otherwise, that person wouldn't contribute to his or her own quota towards the building of our own Biafran society. We want to give free rein to everybody. We want a situation where you shall be free to express yourself in everything, fearlessly, unfeared, unhindered, of course. This is how a society grows. Here in the German society, they treat everybody as equal. And that is why they are called the economic powerhouse of Europe. Why then can't we make Biafra economic powerhouse? Look at what happened a few days ago because of the Christmas vacation. The entire Lagos roads were vacated. From Oshodi, you could see somebody at Agege. From Maitu, you will see somebody at Ajangbede. From Yaba, you will see somebody at Ketu Mai 12. All the major roads in Lagos were deserted simply because people trooped home to Biafra land for Christmas. Now I ask, if we maintain this, can't we cripple Nigeria's economy and be compelled to say, let my people go? What we are saying now is that we are assessing the final abrogation of the Osu caste system, but because of network problem, it is difficult for us to hear. Let me go back to Japan, where HSNA is. If it's not possible, we go to bim-massob, otherwise to join. But when it becomes persistent, then we end the program and to reconvene another time. HSNA, over to you once again.
Yeah, so look at ihe mmegide ka ọ bụ ihe a na-eme ndị mmadụ ka ndị mmadụ lezi anya onweghị ebe na-agbaga iji kọwaa Osu ọfụma. Ndị Igbo na Naịjirịa today na-emegide ha onye Igbo asịna bụ gbara oke onye Igbo mere nke a as na ha mere nke a na ha mere nke ni na-asịkpozi ha asị maka ha na-azụ onwe ha ijikọrọkwa osu ọfụma ọzọ ọ dịka dị iche iche obodo dị iche iche mba dịka obodo n'ọga na polisi gbọrụ polisi maka anyị chọrọ ịnara ya ife mgbe aka ndị ahụ ọrụ eru okwu ndị ọjị kọọ oku n'ime onwe ha dịkasị ezuụka eri atọtụ ọgụga so akpọkọ ndị otu ha ahụ ha tụọ arụ onye anwa ha chọrọ ịnara ife ya ọjụ ma ọ bụ onye akpọrọ ha polisi akpọrọ ha kọt atụkwazi ala ahụ abịa osu chewere megide ọtọrọ ya ga ewere n'afọ ya n'iyi ebe ya sịgo na osu emere onye a metụrụ ụmụ ya metụ ụmụ ụmụ ya metụ ụmụ ya ihe ụmụaka amaghị maka ya so ife abụọ nọ n'etiti anyị bụ ihe a na ịjụọ mmadụ ịjụọ okenye ọbụla ebe kpasị atịrị maka ndị Igbo ji aza nwa osu na-aza ya osu afa dị iche iche nwere agbakwunyere osu ma na-asọpụ osu okenye ahụ ma maka ọzọ ya ga-eyi adụ sọpraịz ọ bụrụ okenye niile ma maka nna m kọwara m ihe ọfụma ka ị ka isi aza nwa osu ọrụ ka sị na ị na-asọ anụ
excuse me ihe ahụ kwuru eziokwu mmadụ awụghị osu gị na-akpọ ndị mmadụ osu mana ị na-aza nwa osu for example I want to be kind with you echezina my great grandfather's name not my grandfather my grandfather is my father's father but my immediate great grandfather na-aza nwa osu do you see that ọ na-aza nwa osu exactly ọ na-aza nwa osu but owu dị osu mana ọ na-aza nwa osu then enwere oge my father na-asị gịnị mere ejiri kpọọ nna ya nwa osu na enwere ihe metere ya na so na ịkpọ mmadụ nwa osu ahụ na onye ahụ nwa osu ọ bụrụ na anyị na-ekwusi na mmadụ nwa osu those of us na-aza nwa osu then all of us bụ osu osu agwụ exactly osu obodo ụmụ ihe ndị a
osu mmegido na mkpagbu nke bụ ndị Igbo mara ọrụ ndị Igbo n'ala Igbo ifuka isi akpagbu ndị Igbo maka gịnị kedu ife eji chọka nakata ụda ezi ife niile ọmụrụ owe hapụrụ ha ya ọka maka so this ihe ha na onwe ya edukwa osu ihe a bụ na mkpagbu emere nwere ebe egburu nwoke na-eme ọfụma n'obodo kwechọkwa okwu owesi agụrụ kpatago na ya ma na-ekwu okwu na nzukọ hara ozugbo ife a eze obodo wesi osu na-ebugo osu according to them so ife dị emecha ịmara anyị ji nwa na-akpọ ndị mmadụ n'efe gbasara ala Igbo n'ihe gbasara Biafra dịka mgbe gbasara osu kwuru adịghị so ọ sị na ihe Chineke si wee chọọ maka na anyị ebu egbe ala Biafra anyị bụ egbe ekwuru na anya ugwu a anyị bụ egbe wee mba promise land dị anyị so na nkwa achọ ife ọjọọ na anyị ewesighị ihe niile ozu ndị a na-ebu mmadụ ebubo ịgba ọtụtụ akpa maka mmadụ ibe nwanne ya ebubo ihe ibe nne onye ndị mmadụ ikpekọtara ebe nwanne ya ebubo ịgba ji maka onwe nke gara ọfụma onwe nke ụmụ gara ọfụma ụmụ ha na-atafu abụrụ ihe na-amekọta akụde maka na akpọ na mee ndị bụ nna leta ụmụ ha leta ụmụ ha nke gbara aga asị maka na ndị kpọrọ nwanne ya asị ọbụ Chineke asị ka m kwụsịgodo ebe a nwanne.
Thank you very much, Echezona. Now, Obey Maslis, let's just come to you once again.
Yeah, thank you very much. I don't know if it is better now.
Yes, it's better now. Go on.
Okay. So, like I was, the issue of so that all those their languages are ihe butere ya na those dịka echezona kwuru na enwere ọdịnabọ karịrị ọdịnabọ because ndị nne m famili na be anyị ọsọ gịnị mere agara ihe m na-ekwu maka onye ejima lesọ ahụ nke anyị na-akọ nke anyị gụtara n'akwụkwọ human ama m onye ọrụ ọkpọrọ na famili ahụ ya nwa ma kwụsịrị osu anụmanụ maka mere na nwaanyị nọ ọ bụrụ sọ furu nwa nwoke ka ọ mụtara nwa ya nwoke ahụ wee lụọ nwaanyị nwunye ya mgbe aha masịrị ọ mere arụ nwaanyị asị na ọ bụrụ nwa ahụ adị igbo ngwa ndị ahụ ya ga-agakwuru ụgbọ ejima gbuo ya nwaanyị then nwaanyị wee do anything from those children and also if you succeeded at defending them. Mgbe a na-ekwe ka egbuo ụmụ ejima ya ze na nwaanyị wee osu ka ọrụ na ọ mere arụ by the woman enwere of your property osu bitara aka ịga bụ ebigo contaminated ịgara bụ osu ka ị wee na ndị nkịta na-akọghịrị akụkọ osu otu ndị agha iwere osu mgbe agha si wee ire ya so ndị opportunity wee kụkọtazie ọtụtụ ala kụkọtazie na o nwere ewu gara ala ndị ahụ mere na ha bụ ndị ọga na ha na-ekwu nke na-eme n'obodo na ọda ọ ga-enye ewu ya agbara onye ahụ sochakọrọzie aka kọrọ ọrụ na ya nwaanyị si enweta lot of land family ya protect ụmụ ejima ahụ and ndị wee bụrụzie ebe they always remain a very wealthy family. Maka gịnị ihe a chọrọ inye ha bụ ihe mmegide ka ọrụ bifo ha nwa na onwe ha ọ bụrụ ndị gara werezie onwe ha gọrọ arụsị ka arụsị chekwa ha in order for them to
okay, we are experiencing once again network failure. Let us try Judy Chijoke. Where is we call it a day. Judy, over to you.
Okay.
Hello, Judy Chijoke.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, say it briefly because we are experiencing poor network services from every angle, whether from Europe, Asia, or Africa. Is general. So say it briefly and then we'll call it a day to reconvene on the 31st evening.
Okay, thank you very much. Concerning the issue abortion, well, just making a very simple. Because I'm going to go in the bag. Maka mwa mwa atachakwa di ọfụmatike mmefe atọgasị m mana gasị bụ na onwere ka anyị esi ekwu gbasara ya dat na n'ime onwe anyị adịkọrọ ọnụ nke fobu nna asị na mwe izere because So, mmalite ọ malitere wee kpọkọọ ala Igbo wee fụdat na mkpedo ya na-ekpe mmadụ n'ala Igbo dị nke ị na-emebi amaghị. So, mgbe onye ọbụla gbasara onye ọbụla bụ onye Igbo chọrọ agamnihu gbaza ya fụkwara ihe eze nke believe na ọ na-amasịkwa ha. So, all force ikedekwa m Igbo.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate we are not getting through to all our commentators this evening due to poor network services, coming from every part of the world. It could be because of the snow falling in different parts of the world and the cold inherent here in Europe, as well as the rickety problems of network services coming from Africa. Fellow competitors, we are here discussing issues of common interest, the abolition of the caste system in the entire Biafra land. How do people welcome it? The Voice of Biafra International and the Biafra Broadcasting Authority so much welcome this particular development, which makes everybody in Biafra land, in Igbo society, equal partners in the building of our nation. We will no longer tolerate situations where people are discriminated against because of social stratifications. No, time for that has gone, and we so much commend those who took this initiative to make sure that we come back to our senses. At least a hurdle has been crossed. In the coming months and years, other hurdles impeding us shall be cleared on our path to Biafra land. We thank many of you for being part of this particular program, but as we sincerely apologize for poor services this time around coming from network services. Let us, of course, before we call it a day, give thanks to those who just joined us who were okay. Of course, Ugoke Emmanuel Ibekwe, Onwa Ugochinyele, Okechukwu Odo Nwa Ono, and Nwade Osinachi, of course. Sonny Emmanuel Nwade, who is a member of the crew, is there monitoring us. Adeyemi Sunday, Chisom John Matthew, Chinedu Joseph, Sadiq Shehu, Kinsley Jofo, and many others. We thank all of you for being part of this our particular program. Because of the poor network services, we have to discontinue this program. But we are reconvening on the 31st of this particular December, which is going to be our last broadcast for the year. It will start at 5 p.m. Don't forget, we shall be having guests in our studio, and every member of the vobi crew is expected to join us in time, because we are going to say goodbye to 2018, and we are going to say welcome to 2019. Until then, remain blessed. So, we are saying enjoy the rest of our evening with Biafran songs.